Good evening, darlings, and warm winter's wibbly wobbly, willy wavingly wonderful welcome to Sunday. Sunday. Welcome to Sunday Night Live with me, and I'm going to be here with you for a while. Yeah, I am. And I'm going to be waffling on, and I'm going to read out your comments, and we're generally just going to have a wonderful time if I can get my wits around me, because what an unexpectedly busy night. And I do mean busy. To give you an idea how busy it was, I left the restaurant with just about the last vestige of rice that there was to be had. We were running out of everything. And I scraped together a portion of rice, headed home. 5 minutes into the journey home, I get a phone call saying, "Bring the rice back. We've just had somebody walk in after we're closed and they want rice." Oh, honestly, honest to God, that actually happened. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, it's been a really busy night. I've literally just walked in through the door. I'm a bit discombobulated, but not to worry, not to worry. It's bank holiday tomorrow, isn't it, darlings? So we can relax, we can enjoy ourselves. And for most of us, I imagine we don't have to worry about getting up in the morning and getting our tired old Monday morning arses out there. Or maybe we are going to be getting up and getting our tired old Monday morning arses out there, but for fun, leisure, and pleasure rather than work. So, hopefully. Right. And I'm just going to look at the very last of the comments because I've just got a terrible fear. Oh, yeah. Trey says, yay, the audio works. I just had this fear that, I'm back on the old setup. Right. If you didn't watch any of the 617 live streams that the M11 and I did today, trying to get our technical shit together, then you won't know what I'm talking about. But it is a massive relief that everything appears to be working on the old setup. I can see you, you can hear me. Happy days. I'm going to have a drink, darlings, because I'm actually, believe it or not, this is going to sound weird. I'm feeling as if I'm dehydrated. I'm feeling a little bit woozy and dizzy. And it's been unexpectedly warm. And it's been, I don't know why, it was ferociously warm in the kitchen and the restaurant tonight. And I think I'm a bit overheated and dehydrated. So this is purely medicinal, darlings. You want me to last the hour, don't you? Anyway, cheers. Your good health, bottoms up. Oh, that is so welcome and utterly fantastic. Now, now then, who have I got? Who has honored me with the absolute pleasure of their... You're going to have to excuse me. I'm so sorry about this. Terribly unprofessional. I'll do it off camera. I need to blow my schnoz. There we go. You didn't need to see that, did you? Oh, might have another go. And then I'll find out exactly who is in our joyful little community. Oh, that wine's working its way down. Sorry, just attending to my nasal outage, if you'll forgive the expressione. Jimmy Quinn is with us. Good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, all, says Jimmy. Steve Colg is here. Matt Simmons is here, who says, Good evening, Boaty, from all the lads in the Southwest Wolfpack, and also the Fortnite crew, including the lads from South Australia. Trace is here, the lovely Greenwood. Good evening, all. How are all of you lovely people tonight? Well, Matt's going to tell you, Trace. Simo Wolf has just subscribed to your channel. Oh, well, that's very kind. And I'm slowly working on the other lads to subscribe too. That's, and John has very kindly just ruined my night for me. I've been at work, unable to watch the F1, so I'm desperately trying to stay away from any news reporting outlets that would tell me what the results were, and John has just very kindly told me what the results are. So thanks for that, John. That saved me an hour and a half of pleasure of actually watching the catch up. Oh dear. But that's very kind of you, Matt Simmons, and welcome, Simo Wolf, and hopefully I'll get to welcome all of these other chaps as well. So let's bring the old portable electric devices a bit closer, in case anybody else wants to. Oh, John has apologised. It's all right, John. Don't worry about it, mate. I never make it anyway. It'll always be on Facebook or something, and it always gets spoiled. And I've got Clarkson's Farm to look forward to. I'm going for episode 4 tonight, and apparently that's the real tearjerker. It's going to be a real bucket of tears fest, I imagine. What else? Oh my God! Did anybody listen to the Archers tonight? Bloody hell! What? I should cocoa. Dear me. It's going to be a good week, Archers fans. Stop! Archers time. Feature number 1. Does anybody else listen to the Archers? Or is it just me? You know I do. I've waffled on about it before. Sophie is here, the lovely Sophie. Hello all. How are we this lovely evening? And what's everyone been up to? And hello, Boaty. How are you and how's your Sunday been? Sunday. Oh, it's been all right. It's been all right, Soph. I got up, drank coffee, buggered about with bloody cameras and microphones and ear doobries, and then had Sunday lunch and then went to work, which was unexpectedly busy. Now then, something very strange is going to happen tomorrow, and I just want to check what I can only describe as the weather forecast, because wonderfully, and I'm delighted about this, I'm not going to the yard. And I'm not having lunch with Top Gear Steve Berry. And the reason I'm delighted about that is the reason that I'm not doing it. And that reason is Mustard, who's presumably got a little bit of cash, having done the deal on Toby Charles, is taking his wife and girls out for a family bank holiday. And I'm absolutely delighted about that, genuinely. But it means, what on earth am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do now? It's a bank holiday. So I can't go and do an impromptu Wales thing. I mean, well, I can't anyway because I can't afford it. But even if I could, it's bank holiday. Everywhere's going to be packed. There's going to be... Now, 2 or 3 years ago on this day, I took Chinese Madam to Llandudno without realising it was a bank holiday. Biggest mistake ever. My God, it was heaving. Plus, I think, I'm going to check the weather now, but I'm sure I looked before planning which car to take to the yard, and I'm sure the weather's going to be pants tomorrow. Let's have a look. Ah, right, yeah. Oh, quite warm, 19 degrees, light rain showers and light winds. Let's have a look. Oh, rain's going to kick in about 12 o'clock. Oh, and then it's just raining showers all the way through until 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. So I don't know what I'm going to do with myself tomorrow. I mean, I might have to have a day of rest where I just chill out at home and do some housework or tinker with the cars or build a website, which I still haven't done. That's what I could do tomorrow. I could build the Boaty's World website. I've been promising to do it for 2 years, certainly for 18 months, and it hasn't happened yet, has it? So there we are. I don't know what to do tomorrow. I did have a video idea if the weather was pants and whatnot. I've got in mind to do a video called "In Search of a Mr. Dave's," where I just head down to the West Midlands and go around all of my own old haunts and see if I can find a Mr. Dave's Boaty. So there's an outside chance I might do that for a bit of fun, something to get a bit of content. But again, being a bank holiday, some of the places that I would have gone to are likely to be shut. So have a think about that. I mean, I haven't had a Mr. Dave's for so long, and I would love to have one again. But trying to find online where you can buy one from, very difficult. Very difficult. It seems to be the only thing to do is to head down into the environ and have a scout about. Where did I get to? Matt says the Wolf Pack have reunited tonight for a good old episode of Boaty Live. And we've got Matt and Clayton Raz on video chat from South Australia too, watching. God, well, I'm flattered and honoured in equal quantities. Cure, says Trace. Half an hour until the Boatmeister. What shenanigans can we get up to? Shall we put custard in his slippers? Are all of these comments before I even started? Bloody hell, you lot were busy. Can you see Boaty's reflection in the wine glass? That's the way he wants to go out, like a fly. Oh, I see him, says Trace. He's looking square and he's got no bottoms on. What? Let's move a couple of cans at his cupboard. That will discombobulate him. Just swap two and turn the label to face the back and put one of the jars in the fridge. Trace, you wouldn't be the first to do that. You would be amazed at how many people have come round here to Windy Bottom and done exactly that sort of thing. And it gets me every time. So yeah, it's like a tradition. If you come to Windy Bum, you have to agitate my OCD. Honestly, the number of times I came down in the morning and Fran or Boo would have just, oh dear, don't get me started. Oh dear. Good evening all, says World of True Crime, and bugger, I've forgotten what his name is. And I knew his name and I said I'd remember it. Bugger. I'm totally hopeless with names. God, I'm sure it began with an S. Steve Cole says you've got to zoom in a little. Boaty's girlfriend left him because he had a hole in his jeans, says Steve Cole. What were you looking at? What were you looking at? God knows. I know what you were looking at. You're looking at the thumbnail, aren't you? You're looking at the thumbnail. Let's have a look at that so I can see exactly what you do. So all these comments are from before the live stream started. No wonder I get behind on bloody comments. I haven't even caught up with when the live stream actually starts yet. You might have all gone for all I know. Where's my bloody thumbnail? Ah, there it is. All right, let's have a look. Can you see me in the wine glass? I can't see it. And I'm zooming right in. Whereabouts am I? Am I at the top of the glass or? Anyway, never mind about that. Concentrate on your audience. There are 40 people very kindly giving their time to look at me, and I'm gazing at my portable electric device. Not very professional, sir. Pull yourself together. I'll try. Thank you. And apologies for that. Good evening, Boaty and Co, says Pete P. And good evening to you, Peter. Now, chat, says Trace. Have we all had a last wee? Have we got our nighttime beverages? Ooh, low tide at Wine Bay, darlings. Make sure our fave blankie is on the pillow. Check for monsters under the bed, and then you can settle down for an hour of Boaty. Sage advice, which I hope you heeded. A very good evening to all, says the M11. Hope you've had a fabulous Sunday, and hello again to the pulky trudiness Boaty. God, there's a word to conjure with. What a fabulous word, and what a fabulous compliment. I'll take it. I haven't heard the word pulky trudiness for a long time, and I've certainly, to the best of my recollection, never had it applied to me. So, I'm taking that with knobs on, I am. In fact, I might have that made into a T-shirt. Pulky trudiness. Fantastic. It's true what they say. Life really does begin at 65. You see, I was woefully unappreciated for the first 65 years, and now look at me. What? Social media influencer. A host of videos, some of which have had over 30 views. My God. You know, fame was a long time coming, but it's come at last. And now I am officially pulky trudiness. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, dear. What on earth are you lot talking about? No idea. Oh, dear. Gosh, you lot are already wild tonight, says Emma Mellons. They bloody are. I blame Steve, says Trace. Oh, you're the ringleader, Trace. You always are. Good evening, Jason, and all in chat, says the wonderful Trisha Alderman, who, along with her lovely other half, are a calming and moderating influence on our community. They are our gentle reminders that it's not absolutely necessary to descend to the depths of the gutter like so many of you do, me included. Yeah. When it comes to descending to the depths of the gutter, I'm normally leading the way, aren't I, darlings? Andrew Buttigieg is here, otherwise known as Ivor Spotty Botty. A very good evening, Boaty and everyone. Tom's here. Good evening, all, and good evening to you. Ed Usher is with us. Ahoy, hoy, Boaty and everyone. Lord Stiff Upper Lip is here. Hello, sir. Lol, says Trace, which means lots of love. I'm still in mustard mode, welcoming all the newcomers. And yay, the audio works. The roses are lasting, says Steacle. Yeah, they're not doing badly, are they? You know, considering they were going in the bin. Oh, excuse me. Bad Books is here and says, good evening, all. Ah, the satisfactory sound of the willy-waving cloth, says Andrew Buttigieg. Don't read my comments, says Steve Cole. Right, I won't. I definitely won't read that one again. The willy-waving waffle is amongst us, says Trace. Oh, Neil is here, a.k.a. the Gibbinator, a.k.a. the very, very, very nice man. And he says, hello all, how are we today? How are you, Neil? How are you? You're such a lovely big man and you're always inquiring about other people. How are you? How's your life going? We hope you're happy and feeling fulfilled. You've got a wonderful relationship. You love your job and you're good at it. You've got some nice cars. And we just hope that you're all happy and feeling all fuzzy and wonderful inside, like a pillow that's been stuffed full with extra plumptiousness. That's what we hope for you, you lovely big man, you. The wondrous willy-waving waffler of windy bum, says the M11. Oh, that's a better one, Emma, says Trace. And Andrew has a bit of a laugh at that. I am up at 7 a.m, says Neil, so I'll make sure I buzz your phone. You carry on, mate. You carry on. I can assure you at 7 a.m, I will be upstairs in bed, asleep, and my portable electric devices will be downstairs. I don't take them to bed with me. Admittedly, I admit, I take an iPad to bed with me, but not my phones. They stay downstairs. Boaty, stop throwing the towel in, says Steve Colga. My war flag is a white cross on a white background, dear boy. You're going to cause a fire. Tracy is the new official technician for the Boaty's live stream, says Jimmy F500. I think Tracy is effectively now, I think she's my manager. I think she's like the Frank Warren or Eddie, what's his name? Eddie Dewberry Firkin. You know, he's the son of his father. Eddie Hearn. Yeah. So I think I'm part of Tracy's management stable, along with Mustard and the M11. Yeah. I mean, at the moment, she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart, which is wonderful. But you just know that any minute now, she's going to start demanding her 20%, her pound of flesh. So, yeah, she's manager, official technician, fluffer, you name it. I'm sure you can do more than an hour, Boaty. Ed told me you can, says Barry Scrotter. Steakhog says, Boaty, how many people have you bedded today? Not a one. Oh, hello. Evola's Sunglasses. Now, there's a name to conjure with. Evola's Sunglasses is right in our midst, right in the middle of us. Evening. First time here. Algorithm sent me here. Well, I would like to thank the algorithm for that random send, and perhaps Evola Sunglasses, you might like to curse it, but nonetheless, even as a first-time visitor, you are once, twice, and thrice welcome in the midst of this rather charming and wondrous community. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jimmy F500, says Trace. Lovely to be appreciated. Yeah, because we don't appreciate you, do we, Trace? Hello, Evola Sunglasses, says my management company. What we decided we were going to call you last night? Oh, God. Harry Muff Lane or something. Maybe that's what you could call your management company, Trace. Harry Muff Management. We'll take 20% with a smile. But you're doing a grand job. Keep it up. And when I start getting more than 20 people watching a live stream, you can be a moderator. Oh, dear. Good fishing today, says Barry, at Coppice Lane Fishery, and that was directed at Neil. The willy waving cloth needs its own channel. Imagine the stories it could tell, says Andrew. Wild Boar Hex says, good evening, Boaty. Wild Boar has landed here in Bude. So it's all happening in Bude, apparently. Goodbye, mate. Oh, good day. Sorry, I thought that was goodbye. Good day, mate, you legend. I'll take that. Boaty's willy waving stories, says the M11. Willy waving waffles. I don't know the F1 result, says Andrew, but what's the winner? The usual one? No, it wasn't, Andrew. Thank you, Boaty. The lads are all keen to subscribe and join, says Matt. Fantastic. Tom says, you won't be disappointed with Clarkson Farm episode 4. I was a babbling wreck by the end of it. Best series so far, I think. Oh, God. And I'm going to watch it with wine inside me. I'm going to be blubbing like a child, aren't I? And then I've got to go to bed all on my own some, which is probably a good thing. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a 73-year-old man. It's not good. You know, if I had a woman in my bed, then she wouldn't want some 83-year-old wreck with tears rolling down his trouser legs, clambering in beside her and holding her and saying, oh, God, I can't bear it. I presume it's, well, from the look of the end of episode 3, I presume that some pigs are going to have a really bad time. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh God, I'm terrible at stuff like that. I totally fall for it. I totally fall for it. I totally buy into it, and I cry like a bloody baby. This is the man who throughout his life has always cried at the final scene of Breakfast at Tiffany's, for God's sake. Oh dear. Oh, it's a good job that there wasn't World War III when I was of conscription age, isn't it? I wonder if it's grounds for not being called up, the fact that you cry at the end of Breakfast at Tiffany's. God, it would be interesting, wouldn't it? With all of the, I mean, you know, things are different now than they were in the days of World War II, weren't they? Now, I come from a Welsh coal mining village where men are men, and don't say and sheep are nervous. I know one of you at least is going to type that. But seriously, and my grandfather's generation were men who did not show emotion. You don't show weakness, you don't show emotion. And that was the way that I was kind of brought up, really. Yeah, but latterly, we've all got a bit more moist, haven't we? And I suppose that we're fortunate to have the luxury to be able to do that, because when life is really tough, I guess you've got to be tough, haven't you? And you don't have the luxury of being moist. I mean, on a societal level, isn't it interesting? I mean, imagine if you were a man of, you know, a man in your early 30s, something like that, and you were a modern man, a new age man, and you were open, you were in touch with your feelings, you felt comfortable expressing your feelings, you didn't think that it was unmanly to shed a tear when appropriate. But say that you're a Ukrainian man of that age, suddenly the bloody Russians invade you, and you have to put on a uniform, pick up a gun, and go out and kill people without compunction. I mean, God, I mean, imagine that. Imagine that. That's a hell of a dichotomy, isn't it? It's, in fact, it's almost unimaginable. Almost unimaginable. Oh, God, can't get that out of my mind now. I wonder how people do cope. I mean, we've kind of not been in that situation for a long time, have we? We haven't here in the UK. I mean, there's been no national conscription since whatever it was, 45. Was it 45 or 46 that conscription ended? Might have been even later, might have been 47. So since that point, the people that have gone to war have all been people who chose to do that as a career, and presumably have the mindset that goes with that. I can't begin to imagine what it must be like to be part of a society where that is a long distant memory, and suddenly you're placed in that situation, and the general population, male and female, are suddenly being called to defend their country, to literally put their lives on the line, and to, without a second thought, to take other people's lives. That's, oh, it's quite a thought, quite a sobering thought. How do you reckon you would cope with it? Or how do you reckon you would have coped with it when you were of that sort of age? Interesting. Hello, boatman and fellow humanoid, says Stephen S. Paul, one of our friends from across the Heading Pond. Smelly Hole says, Boaty, who the hell is this lemon girl? I thought you would be all mine one day if I kept on. Yeah. Matt says Clayton Raz and Matt Raz are just struggling with some diplomatic immunity. Yeah, oh well, I mean, you know, there's plenty of diplomatic immunity to go round, isn't there? It still works a treat. The archers sneak into each other's bedrooms, says Steve Colg. Not in tonight's bloody episode, they didn't, mate. Those flowers are holding up well, considering, says Jimmy F500. Hey, chat. Hey, Boaty. Sorry for the spoiler, mate, says John. Don't worry about it. Matt says, Boaty's little cousin, Tom McNally, from the coal mines in the Forest of Dean, shouts, Hi, Boaty. Can he come aboard the channel? Of course. Welcome aboard, Mahati. I did myself a lovely Sunday dinner, says Sophie, and I can confirm that it's true. She sent me a picture of it. A picture of it, she sent. Very nice it looked too. Mine was okay, considering. There is a picture on the Facebook group. It's a good job it's on radio, says Steve Cold. Oh, a fight between Smelly Hole and the M11, says Trace. Do they even have fighting names yet? Good point. Good point. Yeah. Well, I mean, Smelly Hole would be a pretty good fighting name to begin with, wouldn't it? You'd think twice about going into a close grapple, wouldn't you? I wonder if anybody's ever done that. Now, in my earlier days, darlings, a long time ago, shortly before the Napoleonic Wars, when I was a young buck, I boxed. And I have some interesting theories on boxing. Now, and I'll give you two of them. Right. Theory number one. If you're in with a fighter who just wants to clinch you, right? What about if you broke wind really violently, a really smelly, horrible one? That could persuade them to keep their distance so that you could get your jab working. And my other idea, I developed during I think it was Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 2. And Wilder went down from a punch, but he kind of went down Tyson Fury's body. Do you know what I mean? He kind of slumped down the body. And I was just thinking, if you're caught with a shot, you know, when you're infighting, when you're in close, and you get caught and you're going down, but you're kind of going down the body, why not pull their shorts down as you go? Because that would cause a bit of a melee in the ring and you would get extra time to recover, wouldn't you? I never understood why he didn't do that. I was shouting at the screen. I remember watching it and thinking, well, pull his shorts down, man. Give yourself a fighting chance. I would totally do that. If I went in with Tyson Fury or his dad, I'm probably in between their ages. No, I'm closer to his dad, aren't I? If I went in with them, that would be my tactic, right? Run for them, hug them like they were my mother, and then when they caught me with a shot, just slide down and pull their shorts down as you go. You know, people don't think outside the box in sport anymore. Everybody's too mainstream. Sometimes it pays to think outside the box, darlings. Mustard's taking the females to Pizza Hut, says Stephen Esport. Is that what he's doing? Well, whatever. As long as they get a day out, that's all good. Simone is here, hooked on classics. Good evening. Not long home from Brooklands. I'm knackered. But did you have a great time, Simone? I hope you did. Clayton says, chuck some shrimp on the barbie, says Matt. And Matt Raz says, g'day, mate. I'm the best sharpshooter on Fortnite in South Australia, in his Australian accent. Oh, well, there we are. How's the fleet, Boaty? Could we have a fleet update tomorrow, maybe, asked Tom. That's not a bad idea, actually. That is not a bad idea, because, yeah, there is. Yeah, in fact, that's an excellent idea. And we're kind of at the beginning of the month, aren't we? So, yeah, let's do a May. Brilliant idea, Tom. Well done. Let's do a May fleet update. There are 2 cars that aren't here. The Honourable Sheeson is at the restaurant, and Andy Pandy is at the yard, but it's not going to be there for much longer because I need some money, so I'm going to scrap it. Unless somebody wants to buy it, but they haven't yet. A day for sunbathing naked in the garden, says Jimmy F500. Oh, here's one health review, and it's from the M11. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, the M11 is getting competitive. But does your smelly hole smell of scampi fries? Don't think so. I win. Well done, you. Well done, you, Emma. Film something for the story about Windy Bum, says Peter P. I did think about that. I've been, yeah, that's a film I'm definitely going to do. And I'm going to do it quite soon, certainly in the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, that could also be a good shout. And I want to do a bit of extraneous stuff as well. I've got loads of previous photos and whatnot to throw in there, but I actually want to do obviously after the divorce, I didn't come straight here. I had 5 months in a little semi-detached it was all right. You know, it was a little semi-detached on a private estate. But it had a driveway that was like 1 in 3. It had a garage. And at the time I thought this is okay. Looking back, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. So yeah, but that's not far away. So I'm going to go and film a bit of that and tell the story about how I really didn't want to move in here. I'll save it for the film, shall I? I'll catch up with your comments. But that's a good idea. 2 good ideas. I've still got the one in the freezer from the car show for you, says Neil. Oh, and Mr. Dave's. Remind me where you know that I can buy them from. But don't tell anybody you've reminded me, because I won't admit to that in the film. I'll make it look as if it happened by accident. Boaty, next time you come down the M50, give us a shout, and me and the lads will treat you to a coffee at Starbucks at Rosper Services. What's your favourite coffee? Mine usually involves JD. Not when I'm driving, but God, Rosper Services. Yeah, I used to stop there quite a lot, actually. Oh, hang on. Trying to think. Is that the new one? I say new. It's probably been there 15 years or something, but in my mind, it's new. My emergency stop used to be off the end of the M50 and on the outskirts of Ross. And that little garage that was right on the island. My fighting name is Big and Bushy, says Smelly Hole. Trey says, tomorrow in London, we are due rain and thunderstorms all day. Yay. Same here, says Soph. Don't know what to do with myself. I totally forgot bank holiday. I did too. Right, so it's Big and Bushy versus the Ellemonator. Oh, excuse me. Well, it's that kind of time, isn't it? The wine burps are bound to kick in. Oh, and the hiccups. Professional. Stephen S. Paul says, Boaty can stay in and give the place a good cleaning while naked. Well, I suppose I could. Simo Wolf, or Simo Wolf, and I are aboard the vessel, raising a glass to you of Healy's Oak Matured Cider. while scrumping on scampi fries. Well, wild boar heck, you fit right in. I love to think of people watching this, chowing down on scampi fries and walloping cider down their little red lanes. The ratings would be through the roof, M11, for a live stream of you and the what did you call yourself? The hairy bush. Oh, big and bushy. We know you made that hole 30 minutes before the picture was taken. And what happened to the other leg, says Steve Cold? Was it on a rock? Right, they're talking about the thumbnail for this live stream. The picture on the thumbnail for this live stream was taken at Talakra Beach on the night of that fateful date with the artist known as Bernard, who is also now going to be immortalised as the one that got away. She didn't entirely get away. There were several nights where she didn't get away for quite a long time. And indeed, the first time that she didn't get away for about 11 hours. Solid. Well, fairly solid. Oh, that was a good day, was that? But there we are. There we are. Memories of past times. K-Fed has just joined all the way from Truro, and he wants to treat you to a Domino's Meteor pizza and a Cornish pasty, and he'll cover the bill. I'll take the Cornish pasty. I'll pass on the pizza, but thank you very much. Right, that's it, Emma Mellon, says Smelly Hole. I'm ready for you. Choose your weapon. Matt Simmons says, how can we call into the show, Boaty? Me and the lads from South Australia would love to speak to you on the live show. Well, you just call in, basically. The number's out there somewhere. It's on the thumbnail of the Monday lives. Somebody will know what the number is. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, anybody's welcome to call. I'll always talk to you. Tomorrow night is the big call in with me and the M11 co-hosting. And after a lot of faffing, we've managed to set up a system where we can co-host, where you can see both of us, and you can actually ring in. My weapon of choice is a spatula, says the M11. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So then there's a bit of fighting talk going on. You may be the Ellemonator, but you're not the Gibbonator, says Neil. There's some trash talking going on now. Emma, who's going to win, says Smelly Hole. I'm going to win, of course. I would wave you around like a willy waving cloth. Oh, dear. Sending my love, says Matt Simmons, to the other half. Carly, all the way in the Forest of Dean. Please read this comment out, Boaty, and she will be another subscriber for your channel. Well, my God, God knows I need them. YouTube have nicked another load of subscribers from me. Periodically, YouTube will go through and they will decide that some of your subscribers are closed accounts or fake accounts or bots or whatever. And suddenly, oh, hello, here we go. Here we go. Hold on, let's get this on speaker. Where's the button to press? Oh, what? Oh, God, hold on. Hold on. Oh, buggered that up. Where's that? Ah. What the hell? Hang on. I haven't got you on speaker. Oh, my God. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Ah, right. Good evening, mystery caller.
Good night, Rock. It's Matt Rez and Blake Rez from all the way from Australia. How you doing?
I'm terribly well, and that's an enormously convincing accent you've got there. How are you?
climbing kangaroo down this morning. Took some triple the barley.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And give my regards to Jake the Peg with his extra leg while you're at it.
Diplomatic immunity, yeah.
That sounded more South African.
A bit of a mix, mate. How you doing, right? We're enjoying the show.
Oh, good. I'm delighted you're enjoying it. And I'm grand, thank you. I've a couple of glasses of wine down. I'm feeling no pain.
Little cousin Tom and Derry. Yeah, and Beach Mason, yeah, and my name's Clayton. I'm from South Australia, Sydney, and diplomatic unity. Send our regards to AFED. There's stuff in his face of Cornish pasties and medium pizza.
Good for you.
Paid for by Simo Wolf.
Well, I mean, you are just clearly living your best life, aren't you?
All the way from you.
You're breaking up a wee bit. It's not the best line in the history of the world, but your Cornish pasty came through loud and clear.
Cornish pasty, all the way from Bude.
All the way from Bude. Ah, yeah, Bude. Bude. Home of the famous feud of Bude.
It's been great talking to you, buddy. All right. Good enjoy the rest of your show, right?
Right. Well, thank you very much for calling in, my dear chap. It's an absolute delight.
I've met him since he's left his bloody curly, all right?
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, much love sent and more love sent from all of us as well, all the way to the Forest of Dean.
Yeah, let's know when you bow some nice services and they treat you to a coffee, mate, right?
Oh, I'll take that. I can't afford to buy the bloody coffee from there, so I'll definitely take that. Thank you very much.
Get the coffee and the gift, all right?
Happy days. Happy days.
Have a good evening, son, right?
You too, sir. Thank you for calling. Take care.
Over that.
Okay. Oh, well, there we are. That was nice, wasn't it? That was nice. Oh, just shame the line wasn't a bit better because it was breaking up a bit, but there we are. This is brilliant. We need more of this. More of this, I say. And there will be more tomorrow night when we do the long live, Monday Night Live with me and the truly wondrous M11. Then the phone line will be open and it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night, but then it's a lot of fun tonight as well. In fact, life is just a lot of fun, isn't it? Right, let's get back to the fighting girls. Oh, no, let's not. Right, hold on. Let's see if I can do this a bit more effectively. Speaker. Good evening, mystery caller.
Oh, hello. You said you wanted more of it. How much more do you want? I can't keep out this time. Hello, Boaty, for like the 5th, 6th, 7th, 100th time today.
Yeah, it has been a bit like that, hasn't it? Can we all welcome my management company, please?
What was it you said? That it was the Muff Lane Management or something?
Oh, yeah, Hairy Muff Management.
That's the one, Hairy Muff Management. Maybe it should be Mary Huff Management.
Oh, there yeah, that works. Go. Yeah, that works better.
There we go, Mary Huffman. Please meet Mrs. Huff.
Yeah.
She's a big scary boss.
But when you give her 20% of everything you've got, you get to call her Mary.
Exactly. I just wanted to play on the fact that you just then that you were saying, oh well, you know, more of that and everything. I totally enjoyed it earlier. Honestly, I really love trying to work these things out because it's a learning curve for me as well. because as much as I know, and oh God, Astro Steve was always like, well, how do you know this? How do you know this? Well, because I've been live streaming longer than you, Steve. But as much as I know, I don't know as much as I would like. So whenever I'm sort of like looking up stuff for you guys, I'm also learning at the same time. So happy days, you know.
I wish Astro was still with us. How brilliant would he be on this?
Oh God! Oh my God! Can you imagine him phoning in?
Oh.
It would be all the C's, B's, and F's you can imagine.
Did you ever? Did you ever meet him in real life?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And let me tell you a story about that.
Okay,
it doesn't go on too long. Don't worry about.
No,
don't worry.
Go on as long as you like. I'm going for a fag.
No, I'm saying don't worry, people in chat. This doesn't go on forever. Astro Steve, so it was Steve Woodmore, which is how I got into doing the mainstream live streaming.
The world's fastest talker.
Go on.
The world's fastest talker. Guinness World Record holder.
Fastest talker. Yes, he had a world record for something like 3 or 4 or something years. And we met through eBay, and there was a couple of eBay conferences where there was kind of like after drinks at the Strand Palace Hotel in London. So I went along there one year, I think it was about 2005, I think, and I met him and his lovely wife at the time, and me and his lovely wife at the time are still friends. And then like a year later, I went along and his wife wasn't there that year. And so here's the story. Me and I won't give her name out on live, but there was a lady who was an eBay as well, and we were having after drink snogs in the hotel lobby.
Who was that? Who was that?
Oh, do I? All right, Pink Womble. Do you remember her?
Oh, vaguely.
Yes. Anyway, so we were having this is about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning by now. And me and her were having snogs in the lobby. And Steve's there, kind of like hanging around, like looking, seeing, and everything. Interesting. And he started talking to us, and he started saying, now his ex-wife wasn't there this night, and he's saying about, oh, me and my wife, we've got, well, obviously the wife at the time, me and my wife, we've got this understanding that, you know, if something happens when we're out, then we don't have to tell each other, and, oh, we've had threesomes and things like this. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, he wants us both. He wants us both. Yeah, he wants us both. And I wasn't interested. I genuinely wasn't interested. I thought he wanted us both. And it only came out when we did the live stream that he's sitting there on his live stream, and he's going, oh, if only things were different that night. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I was hoping she would go to bed, like the other woman. I was hoping she would go to bed. I'm like, what are you talking? What? And he's going, well, you know, how things can change. I was hoping she would go to bed, and I thought, oh my God, he wanted me. He just wanted me. He didn't want a threesome. He just wanted me. But I have found out that when he was alive, you know, I found out that he was telling people he had actually had me.
Was he?
And he hasn't, honestly, because if he had, I would own it. So there we go. There's that story.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. So there's that story. And genuinely, whenever we met, it was in a hotel. So he always played on that. Me and Tracy only ever meet in hotels. So yeah. So I was kind of like, what the? Well, really? You're dining out on the fact that you slept with me when you didn't actually sleep with me. Okay, that's good. Cool. Well, anyway, I'll fuck off, and I'll let you get on with the that was my anecdote of the night. I'll let you get on with reading the comments.
He came to my house, you know.
Sorry, he came to your house, yes. When was that?
Oh, not that long ago. He came to Matlock Bath when I was in Matlock Bath with Sean. It was the we had a power wash meetup we had that meet where a lot of us met each other for the first time at Richard Lane's funeral. You know, magnum opus.
Yeah.
And then we said, let's not wait until another one of us dies. Let's have a meetup. So a load came up north, and Priddles was there, Sarah Pridding, and a load of others, and I couldn't go. Something came up at the last minute, and I couldn't go. But Steve and Sean were heading back down south, and they said, can we pop in the next day? And I said, hell yeah! So yeah, they came to the Cabbage Patch in Matlock Bath.
Oh yeah, see, this is the thing, that he was always so sociable, and literally the last couple of times that we tried to meet up, he had to literally, like, it was, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to meet up somewhere, like for drinks. We got to the point where, yeah, that's where we're going to meet, and each time he had to end up going to chemo. And then the lockdown happened, and then we didn't actually end up meeting again. He was at my wedding. Well, he wasn't at my wedding. He was at my wedding reception evening. But he actually came to the evening and was dancing and that back in, God, I can't even remember when I got married. Emma, when did I get married? 2000 or something. But yeah, he was there with his ex-wife, and that was a good laugh. So that's the, yeah, go on.
I don't think I ever knew his ex-wife.
Oh, you sure? You never met? What was she? I can't remember her name on the boards, and I'm not going to remember that. I'm sure you must have met her.
Well, I don't know.
She loved frogs.
I don't know if his ex-wife, but when Astro and I came across each other, he was with somebody called was it Donna?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Was that actually his wife?
Yeah. Actually, his wife. And she lives in Scotland now. And I've visited her and stuff. And it's a beautiful part of Scotland. Beautiful part of Scotland. Anyway, listen, let me fuck off, because you haven't got long left on. You haven't got long left, Boaty. No, you haven't got.
Didn't she want to get a thing on with Trops?
He wanted what? Sorry.
Didn't she want to get a thing on with Trops?
Are we talking sexual?
Yeah.
Or am I?
But nobody knew he was gay at that point.
Oh, I have no idea. See, I had never ever found out. I never found out the gossip until afterwards. This is what I'm saying. The gossip about me and Steve was like, I found out 20 years later, and I was like, really? What? I found out recently that one of the other people, no, I really cannot say who it is, but one of the people who used to do kind of the charity stuff on there, he was totally into photographing women in fur coats, naked, but just a fur coat, like on sets of stairs and stuff like this. And the mutual friend who told me this, I was like, what? And he ended up getting married, and the woman, the wife, was like, I don't want you being friends with anybody on Facebook and stuff like this. So basically, he had to just block everybody. So I've not been friends with him for about 10 years. Like, literally, it was no social media. That's it. She beasted him so badly.
Were you not in TNT then? Were you not in Tropical and Topical?
I was all over the place, I never got to hear the gossip.
Well, were you in TNT? Because that's where all the gossip was.
Oh, that's probably why not, you see. No, you see. Anyway, listen, let's not bore the viewers with talking shop about eBay. When me and you meet, we will properly talk about eBay. Get on to your comments and things. And hello, chat. Hello, thank you for putting up with me. And I will see you in chat tomorrow night. And yes, have a good bank holiday.
Yes,
see
boss.
you in a minute.
Thank you, boss.
Yes, boss.
Thank you.
I love being called boss. It tingles my undercarriage.
Thank you, Mrs. Mary Manager.
Speak to you later. Thank you. Love you, Boaty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bloody hell. She's like a force of nature, that woman. Right. I suppose I've probably got 59 million comments to catch up on, haven't I? Never mind, the night is young. Right. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. God, there are still people watching. Absolutely amazing. Where did I get to? I am manager and fluffer of Boaty and Mustard and Emma. I shall delegate the Emma duties to a male colleague, and I take my management fluffing role very seriously, says Grace. Boaty, how does it feel to have the bottom of the low subscribers? Asked Peacock. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh dear. Oh, interesting. Read the F1, says Andrew. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Boaty, emotions, tricky things. And the bloke, God. If World War III breaks out, I'm with China. That's probably a safe bet. I'm eating a takeaway, says Steve Colg. I think Smelly Hole is cheeseburger, says Jimmy Quinn. Well, no. No, it's not Jimmy. I know who it is, and it's not cheeseburger. My son went to 2 wars, says Jimmy Quinn. Well, he's got insight then, hasn't he? Oh, right. Barry says, going back to what I was talking about a while ago, the war thing, I would have gone and done as I was told and then regretted it later on, like so many blokes did. Yeah, a lot of truth in that. A lot of truth in that. So fight dirty is your advice, asked Peter Pete. Yeah, pretty much. I'm about as funny as a Brit called Wilfred, says Barry Scrotter, referring to the one and only viral video I've ever managed to produce. I remember being in Istanbul when that video went absolutely viral. And I just couldn't stop looking at my phone. Every time I looked at my phone, it had another 500 views in the last like 2 or 3 minutes. Never happened before, never happened since. Absolutely crazy. I'll be visiting the yard to look at the 45 on Saturday, says Tom. Well, might not still be there. But you can ask me about it and I'll tell you everything you need to know about it. For goodness sake, scrapping Andy Pandy is a wrong move, Boaty, says Baddy Scrotter. What car is Andy Pandy, asked Jimmy Quinney. It's the Silver Diesel 45, says Tom. And what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Well, it needs an MOT, but that's just going to be a CV boot, as far as I'm aware. It's a really solid car underneath, and it's getting ready for a clutch. Right, it is the new one, the Ross Spare Services. Used to be a welcome break there years ago. I remember. I'm going swimming tomorrow, says Barry. Welcome, Boaty's maiden burp, and Sister Hiccup says Trace. Boaty, naked cleaning could well get him some new subs. Yeah, that I saw, Matt. I saw when I went home a month or 6 weeks ago. Yeah, new clutch, discs, and CV joint from what I've heard. That's about it, Tom. That is about it. It's a nice car, actually. It is a nice car. It's relatively low mileage. And the most important thing for a Rover 45 is it's totally solid underneath. Normally, they're rotten as a pair, and this one isn't. It's a Survivor. But I've got too many cars and I need to free up some money this week because, darlings, I have not paid my rent. For the first time in 9 years, I have not paid my rent on time. I paid some of it, but I couldn't pay all of it because I didn't have all of it. And that's why I need to sell or scrap a car. And the thing with scrapping a car, much as it goes against the grain, is you get the money that day. So if I scrap the car on Tuesday, I'll get the money on Tuesday and I can pay my rent. So that is the That's the reality of it. Wish me luck next week with the rusty bolt, says Buddy. Oh, good luck. About 300 quid in part, says Jimmy Quinn. Yeah, at the most. Well, Emma said he is very paltry tedious. Jimmy F500 asks, will you two be naked on the live tomorrow? Well, I can only speak for me, myself, and I won't be. I have no insight into what the M11 is planning to wear for Monday Night Live. You'll have to check in and see, won't you? Why don't you brew your own wine, says Mr. Stephen Paddy from Port Sunlight in the Whittle, the Leisure Peninsula. And then let's see in any video in stages how to get brewed. Oh, I couldn't do anything like that. How's your day been after your Sunday practice live with the wonderful M11? It's been good, but busy. I thought I had Boaty's number, but I don't, says Simone. Drat wrong profile. We know who you are, Simone. Purple Hat Games, Hooked on Classics, it's all Simone. Yes, it was. Tracy's voice reminds me of Angela Barnes. Oh, Sherry's here. Even if no one ever spoke on the live streams, it would still make me happy. Because even though I can't enjoy my life at the moment, but I am escaping from it, do have 5 hours over you blokes. There we are. Mary, wrestling name, the manager. Oh, Trace got married in 2008. There we are. Oh, dear. I have in my driveway, says Stephen S. Paul, the ultimate Boatymobile. A silver, yeah, that's important, 1974 Jensen Interceptor Mark III. It's a one-family car, sold new in Las Vegas. 112,000 miles from new, blue leather interior. Yeah, I'd take an Interceptor Series 3. We've spoken about Interceptors before. I've owned Jensen Interceptors. Obviously, the Series 3 it's got the enlarged V8 7.2, enlarged from the original 6.3, and that was because it was for the American market. They had to detune it to meet the emissions targets, so they then enlarged the capacity to try and get the power back. Sherry goes on, M11, I hope you read the comments on your test drive with Boaty. Oh, she did, and she replied, Sherry, I saw. Night, everyone, says, oh, God, now everybody's saying good night. Oh, does anybody have ideas for topics to discuss tomorrow night, says the M11. Yeah, they would be very welcome. We'll put some posts out on social media and stuff. Watched your live this afternoon, says Steve Gold. I thought you were trying to land Apollo 11. Yeah, it was a bit like that. It was a bit messianic, wasn't it? Oh, dear. Well, I've caught up with the comments, so that's good. And I suppose we should all bugger off then, really, shouldn't we? I'm knackered, so eat and sleep and then try and figure out what to do tomorrow. 2 good suggestions, a fleet update and do some of the Windy Bum film. Yeah, good ideas. I've got lunch sorted because we've special lunch. There was a big bet a big bet in the kitchen last night, and all of the bets in the kitchen, they all revolve around throwing things into other things. And Prem, you know Prem, Tandoor chef, he lost the bet, and so he had to buy us all chicken wings, which we then marinated overnight, and we cooked tonight in the tandoor. Here are my share of the winning bet, and that is going to be my lunch tomorrow. It's going to be weird not doing something. It's going to be weird not going to the yard or not going to Wales or driving somewhere. I feel like I should drive somewhere. I'll tell you where I haven't been for 2 years. Winnett's Pass. I might have a drive up. I've got half a tank of fuel in Lewis Hamilton, which sounds incredible for me. When do I ever have half a tank of fuel? But I thought I was going to the yard tomorrow until Mustard messaged me. So I put £23 of fuel in Lewis Hamilton today. And get this, 23 quid of fuel took Lewis Hamilton from on the red to full. And I've still got half a tank of it left. So I might go to Winnett's Pass tomorrow. Haven't done it for ages. And the last time I drove Winnett's Pass was in Sheeson, and I'd only just started YouTube and I didn't know how cameras worked or anything. And my camera ran out of memory halfway up, so I didn't get the full film. See how bad the rain is. Might do that. Good night, Boaty. It's been a pleasure this evening, says Wild Boar Hex. Richard thoroughly enjoyed watching this evening whilst watching his midget soaps legend. Keep it up, Wild Boar. Thank you. Do you work for NASA? Asked Steve Culk. Obviously not. Condiment, says Andrew. The love life of the Madagascan sea slug. Where do seagulls sleep at night? All suggested topics for tomorrow night's live. Back to the Jensen Interceptor from Stephen S. Paul. It's got the 440/727 drivetrain in it. Lots of 70s tech, including a Motorola phone, seat covers. Engine has a rod knock. Still does effortless burnout though. And it's not mine, it's the boss's. Oh, there we are. Make plans, says Trace. Take tomorrow to formulate plans for the future videos. Jot down ideas and open your mind. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Agreed, says Steve W. Make a good day of it. Oh, Black Lines. Hello and probably goodbye, says Ross. Good night, Jason and all in chat, says Trisha. And I think we're about done, darlings. I think we are about done. Now, please, please, please do join me and the M11 tomorrow, Monday Night Live. Earlier start, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, don't forget. The phone line will be open. There will be two of us on your device. And we will do our very best to make it entertaining. So it looks like I'm going to be about all day tomorrow. So I'll probably be knocking about the Facebook group or the YouTube community streamy thingy. So any ideas for tomorrow night, do feel free to throw them at us. And tomorrow night, please do join us. Call in, have a chat with us, comment on whatever features we managed to come up with. Right, and there we are. Good night, everyone. Have a great bank holiday. Hopefully the sun will be out. Well, not here, it won't. Night all. Nighty-night bugs. Bye all. That's from Jimmy and Peter and Tricia saying good night. Sherry says, I just had a very interesting idea. I think it might just be me, but since I am the outsider here, more or less, any chance to do a contest of who, if people call in, can do the best American accent? Ah, there's an interesting one. Well, I've got quite a lot of American viewers, so I would imagine it would be them. I'd love to hear Stephen S. Paul. I'd love him to ring in one night. I imagine he's got an amazing accent. Right, okay. I'd better go and start crying my eyes out to episode 4 of Clarkson's Farm. Let the subfest begin. So thank you so much for tonight, darlings. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you to those who called in. Thank you to all of the new subscribers. Thank you to any new viewers who've been watching this. And just thanks for being an amazing bunch and for being there. And I will hopefully catch up with all of you tomorrow. 10 o'clock tomorrow night, Monday Night Live, me and the M11 here on this very channel. Don't miss it. Well, I mean, you know, please don't miss it. I'm not ordering you. I'm just asking, really. So there we are. All right, darlings. Have yourselves a safe and peaceful night. Again, thank you for your time. And bank holiday tomorrow. The weather's going to be a bit crap. Hope you have a good day. Make the best of it. And if you're not doing anything special, then I'll be knocking around on Facebook and various other places. I might even end up doing a lunchtime live. You never know, do you? You never know. You just never know. And yeah, much love from me and a very good night. For you and indeed. Oh, yes. Bosh.